Hey, it's Joseph. I wanted to talk to you for a couple minutes today about something that I believe is extremely important but really underutilized in business, and that's your personal introduction. You know, there's an epidemic in this country. People at all levels of an organization put minimal or no effort into their personal introduction. And everybody out there seems to understand how important first impressions are in business and in your personal life. Yet when it comes to the delivery of an impactful, compelling introduction, there seems to be almost no effort exerted. And I think in the business world, this is the single biggest missed opportunity in our country today. The standard name, rank, and serial number introduction does nothing for you. It doesn't build trust, likability, it doesn't differentiate you in any way, yet surprisingly, it seems to be the norm in almost every interaction. I can't tell you how many times over the last 20 years I've been sitting in the boardroom where it was vital that one side of the room sold themselves to the other in order to win millions or tens of millions of dollars of business. And the goal of the meeting was for one side to convey their capabilities, their infrastructure, their track record, stability, and how great it is working with them. And yet every single person on that side of the room, going down in a row, first one said, "Hi, I'm Bob Jones, I'm the VP of Operations, and I've been with the firm for 2 years." The next one said, "Hi, I'm Lisa Smith, I'm the Vice President of Quality." And the next one said, "I'm Wendy Adams, Chief Operating Officer." It was unbelievable. I've seen this countless times. In fact, it seems to be the norm in business. And I think it's one of the greatest things that could be improved in our society. And every time I see this happen, I look at the faces on the other side of the room, the audience, that they've just done their name, rank, and serial number introduction. And you can just read it in their body language. You can see it on their face, as if to say, okay, so what? What a tragic missed opportunity, and it happens millions of times a day across the country. And it's funny, every time I sit down with a CEO and his or her executive team, when they hire me to help them improve their introduction, two things happen. Number one, the first thing I hear is, I had no idea that my background, my success factors, my unique path was this interesting because I never stopped to think about it. And the second thing is, every person without fail says, I am so embarrassed of the way I used to introduce myself. I'll help you customize a powerful introduction that will help you and your team have an effective tool to garner likability, trust, and buy-in right from the start. I'll help you transform the way you and your organization not only introduce yourself, but I'll help you get a head start to developing fantastic relationships. I can't tell you how many C-level executives have said to me over the years, I know in the first 30 seconds whether I'm going to like that person and whether I want to work with them or not. And I can tell you, countless times I've seen technically savvy, extremely intelligent people who would have probably done a great job for them never get the opportunity to do so because they turn them off with a very lazy, thoughtless introduction. My goal is to help you completely flip that mentality and get every audience you're in front of leaning forward in their chairs, buying into you, your value proposition, your professional journey, and who you are as an individual. And rather than the blasé looks during most introductions, they're going to be thinking to themselves, wow, this person is interesting, they're compelling, there's somebody I want to be around, there's somebody I want to work with, there's somebody I want to get to know. I'm so impressed. I'll teach you my 7 components of a truly effective introduction that will help you and your organization stand out and excel right from the start in every setting, every opportunity, and every time you're in front of somebody. I'll work one-on-one with each member of your executive team, your service delivery team, or your sales force to build a world-class introduction customized to each of them. And I'll teach you what to include in an introduction, what to avoid, and the common mistakes people make that kill your chances of success in your first 30 seconds. I've seen huge opportunities fall apart because of poor introductions. I've seen multi-billion-dollar mergers fail to materialize because of poor initial introductions. And I've seen technically talented pursuit teams not even make it to the final round because of their initial introductions. I've seen people not get hired and not be selected for promotions because of their poor introductions. In fact, I recently had a CEO tell me about a prospective merger his organization looked at doing. I asked him why he didn't move forward, and his answer really resonated with me. He said he's always evaluated people on first impressions, and that his experience has been first impressions are true impressions. He said when the other CEO and their executive team sat down and introduced themselves, he said, I knew right away these were not the people I wanted to leave my legacy with. He said they spent no time, no effort telling me anything about themselves, their passion, their motivation, their history, or who they were as individuals. And I thought that was a perfect example of the real power of a personal introduction. You might be a CEO that wants to improve the skills of his or her executive team. You might be a sales leader that wants better performance out of your sales force. You might be an executive or a sales professional that wants to make better first impressions, be more effective, and make more money. Regardless of whether you ever work with me or not, I would encourage all of you out there to take a close look at your personal introduction. And I encourage you to put effort into creating something great, because you got to keep in mind it's the first thing people will hear and see from you. I hope this provided you some good food for thought today, and I encourage all of you to make the changes necessary to be the most effective you can be in all aspects of your life. And I look forward to great success together.